Time to look at the North Eastern Footy League on the Flow Friday Sports Show. And, of course, our correspondent in this league is Andrew Mitchell, who is on the line with me right now to go through last weekend's games. How are you, Andrew?
Yeah, going well. Beautiful day. If it's not going to rain, it might as well be in beautiful weather.
Very good stuff. That's what we want. Hopefully the beautiful weather holds for tomorrow's games. Before we get to tomorrow's games, though, let's cast our minds back to last week. Of course, it was only round one, bit of a late start in this league, and it kicked off on Anzac Day. We touched on that last week, so let's skip straight ahead to South Clare's win over Blyth Snowtown, 11-13-79 to 8-12-60.
Yeah, no, obviously a really good hit out for both those sides. Finished 7 and 8 last year, so a good opportunity for one of them to grab an early win, which obviously South Clare have done. So they kicked off their season well, and Blyth obviously very competitive. And, some good players showed up there, William McShane and Will Angel for Blyth Snowdown. So hopefully they'll kick off their season well.
All right, good win for South Clare. BSR Tigers also had a good win playing at home at Red Hill Oval. They beat the Southern Saints 9-10-64 to 4-10-34. So wayward kicking costly for the Southern Saints there.
Yeah, no, that's right. It just had a quick look at the scores there, and it looks like BSR were all over them until half-time. Southern Saints hadn't put a lot of scoreboard pressure on them by then. I think Southern Saints got a few in the back end. However, talking to a few people, there might be a few injuries at Southern Saints still to come back in, so they'll definitely be stronger as the season goes on.
Maybe wayward kicking not so much of an issue as the first three quarters were for the Southern Saints, but either way, a very good win for the BSR Tigers to get their season rolling with a big win. And it was also the Minman Eagles getting a nice win over the RSMU Hawks, 8-12-60 to 5-8-38.
Yeah, no, really good win by Minman. Competitive game all day. I always know that those two teams are going to turn up and play each other in a spirited way, especially on Anzac Day. It's a great game to watch. Minman had a really young side. I believe there's only 4 over 25 in the team. RSMU had a lot of youngsters running around too, aided by Zach Hire, who continues to just put great performances on the park year after year, week after week. So, yeah.
Interesting game here. Minman, they led at every change, and they actually won every quarter except for the fourth quarter, which was tied. So RSMU didn't win a single quarter, but they only went down by less than 4 goals and only kicked 5 goals 8, so a little bit inaccurate. So on one hand, dominant by the Minman Eagles, but on the other hand, the Hawks really not far off the mark there.
No, definitely not. No, really good game, and I expect both of them to be pushing the finals at the back end of the year, so that with those sort of starts. So, yeah.
All right, Minman Eagles back in action this weekend for round 2. They're heading to Udunda Oval to take on the Southern Saints. So what are your thoughts? The Saints playing at home, can they bounce back a little bit this week after a pretty poor game last week?
Yeah, definitely. I believe that Southern Saints won't put in 2 poor performances 2 weeks in a row. They'll bounce back. They love playing against Minman, so they'll have a very good side in the park, and it'll really see where Minman really are at. I believe, I'll probably tip Southern Saints. I think that they will bounce back and show their form from last year and probably get their first win for the year.
All right, tip is in for the Southern Saints at home. What about the RSMU Hawks taking on Blyth Snowtown? The Hawks at home for this one, and again shapes up as a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, both lost last week, so both of them trying to get their first win for the year. I think RSMU, playing on RSMU, Riverton Oval, always very hard to beat down there, know how to play the Oval. I think just their experience will probably get them over the line. Blyth Snowdown, they'll keep working towards getting more experience into some of their younger kids. Will Pratt, hopefully he starts performing back to where he has been after coming back off a knee injury, so hopefully he can start dominating the ruck for him.
North Clare are hosting the BSR Tigers. Now, it's a bit too early to read into anything being a top-of-the-table clash, but through one round, these are the top 2 teams. They had the biggest wins in week 1, and they're facing off already in round 2. So, like I said, a bit too early to call them the heavyweights or anything like that, but certainly 2 of the biggest winners from round 1 facing off.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, obviously BSR have been so strong for the last 7 or 8 years now, and North Clare have been trying to push into that top 4. It'd be a real good challenge for them. Can they push in there? Yeah, Paul Meyer will have them highly tuned, ready to go, and they have actually beaten BSR through the last few years when no one else has been able to beat them, North Clare, so they are a bit of a bogey side for BSR, but I think BSR will still be too strong.
All right, the old bogey side, always an interesting dynamic in footy. And lucky last, BBH are hosting South Clare as they get their round 2 clash underway.
Yeah, no, that's right. South Clare travelling up there to Borough. Be looking to probably try and put a second win on the board, which will really put them right at the top of the ladder for the first few weeks, which will do their confidence wonders, especially having lots of young kids. There's nothing better than putting wins on the board with young kids that just really makes them play better footy and stronger for the season. So I'm probably going to predict South Clare to win that one as well.
All right, very good stuff. Big game coming this weekend. Should be a cracker. Andrew, enjoy all the action, and I look forward to catching up with you again next week.
No worries at all. Thank you.